six-time BET Sports Woman of the Year, Angel Reese, says she doesn't pay attention to what folks say about her online because no one has ever said a negative word about her in person. Uh-oh. So what have you been talking about for the last 17 or 18 months? Uh-oh. I hope she realizes she just admitted this and did so on camera with audio.
Yeah, I was don't worry about what's going on online. I get so much love in person. I haven't ever had a negative encounter in person ever. And I've been going through this for 3 years. I've never had an encounter in person that was negative. So people online are behind the keyboard for a reason. And I don't worry about that stuff. I trust my work. My teammates trust me. And I was telling Milla today, like, she felt like she was having a rough day. And I was like, how many times have I had a rough day? And you picked me up. So don't get down on yourself. I know my teammates have my back, my coaches have my back, and that's all that really matters. I don't have to prove anything to anybody but myself and my team.
Ariel Atkins surprised everyone after the game. She told the media to focus on basketball, then quickly started praising Angel Reese like she was the star of the night. The game itself barely mattered. This press conference had drama, distraction, and a speech that felt more like a TED Talk than a recap. One thing was clear, Ariel had Angel's back and wasn't letting anyone talk down on her.
We found out about our team, basketball-wise, we appreciate it, but all the other nonsense, it's irrelevant. We're here to play basketball and do it. We're having a hard time right now at the end of the day. Just a 23-year-old kid who handles herself with grace. Her crown is heavy. So whatever else, y'all want to come at her for the way that she acts, she has to build the wall. She has to have the wall. Because if she doesn't, people will break her down. Not only just because of the way she looks, but because of the way she carries herself. She knows who she is. And we ain't gonna break her down for that. So whatever other questions y'all got, I'm hoping it's just about basketball, maybe about...
Here we are again, watching another chapter of the Angel Reese story, live from whatever version of reality she's living in now. Honestly, trying to follow Angel's post-game explanations is like building IKEA furniture without the instructions, and halfway through, you realize the pieces don't even belong to the same set.
But also, guys, after that defeat by the New York Liberty in the post-game conference interview, Ariel Atkins had so many good words and words of affirmation to give and to provide to Angel Reese. Again, I loved it so much. She was like, how old are you? Angel Reese was like, I'm 23. She's like, this is a 23-year-old kid. Her crown is so heavy. Okay, she had to put that crown on her, adjust that crown on the queen. She's like, Angel Reese is, her crown is heavy. She has to deal with so much on the daily basis. Okay, on the daily basis, both online and offline, on the court, off the court, etc., etc. And Ariel Atkins just wanted to give her flowers and reaffirm Angel Reese, like, what? It's not all in your head. We understand, I understand that you're under a tremendous amount of pressure, stress, and somewhat abuse. Okay, if we're talking about the online things that's been going on, and allegedly some things that have been going on the court as it pertains to the Chicago Sky versus Indiana Fever season.
One night, she's the misunderstood underdog who just wants to play basketball. The next, she's the unapologetic villain who loves the hate like it's her fuel. Then in the next interview, she's suddenly a symbol of empowerment, acting like just playing the game makes all the hard fouls, tough looks, and mid-game WWE moments disappear.
Oh, it looks like Angel Reese. Well, it looks like she's just been caught in what could certainly be taken as in a lie. All right? All these things that she says she has dealt with over the last year, all these encounters of racism. Remember the guy that I guess, was out there waiting for him supposedly, and when the team was coming out, and of course we saw footage of that, and there was nothing malicious to it whatsoever that anybody could see. And then of course the Indiana Fever fans were yelling racist things.
Here's the twist: when her stats are bad, the excuses come flying in fast. Suddenly, she's injured, tired, being silenced, or treated unfairly. But the moment she gets a double-double, everything changes. She's loud, confident, and ready with all the motivational TikToks, like she just won an award instead of just having a good fourth quarter.
Angel Reese, the most coddled, babied professional athlete in all of sports, continues to be the most babied and coddled professional athlete in all of sports, continues to have her peers say, "You go, girl. You be unapologetically yourself. Don't worry how rude, how arrogant, and how disrespectful you are. Don't worry about all the lies that you perpetrate. Don't worry about..."
That's the pattern, right? When her stats are good, she's beating the system. When her stats are bad, suddenly the system is beating her. Every postgame feels like one of those choose-your-own-story books, but you already know how it's going to go based on her rebounds. And through all the drama, there's one simple truth: telling the truth is easy, but keeping up with lies takes a whole team. And Angel? She's running out of people to help. You can only change your story so many times before fans start asking, wait, wasn't she the hero last week? Or was she the victim? Or the misunderstood rebel? Or the bullied underdog? It's enough to give fans whiplash. What made this latest moment so wild was that it wasn't just another mistake, it was like the truth finally grabbed the microphone and said, "Ma'am, that's enough." This time, it wasn't a small mix-up or a stretched story, it was a straight-up lie.
At everybody, or is this a very special, specific kind of criticism that Angel Reese gets because of specifically the way she comports herself? And if her crown is heavy, maybe BET should stop giving her crowns. For the third straight year, named BET Sportswoman of the Year. I haven't even known who Angel Reese was for 3 years. How the does she have 3 of these? I didn't know who she was until I started watching Caitlin Clark. She's already stacking these things like cordwood. And it's not setting well with everybody. Clarissa Shields is one of the people that it's not setting well with. She's the baddest woman on the planet. The greatest female boxer.
If we're all really playing by the same rules, and that's a big if, then this should have real consequences. A fine, a suspension, something. Because if another player did this, the league would have already posted their punishment all over Instagram. But when it's Angel, we're supposed to act like it's just some deep, misunderstood message. Like she didn't lie, she was just expressing herself. That's like saying my cat isn't knocking over cups, he's just exploring gravity. The league is twisting itself into knots to protect Angel's storyline, while players like Caitlin Clark are getting slammed on the court like it's open tryouts for Mortal Kombat. Meanwhile, Angel keeps dodging responsibility like it's part of her workout. Call it what you want, strategy, PR, or performance, but this isn't a spin. This is a full tornado, and somewhere Dorothy is clutching her pearls. Let's be honest, this isn't the first time Angel has flipped her story. She's changed her image more times than a Silicon Valley startup. One week she's the proud villain, the next she's upset people hate her.
About what's going on online. I get so much love in person. I haven't ever had a negative encounter in person ever. And I've been going through this for 3 years. I've never had an encounter in person that was negative. So people online are behind a keyboard for a reason. And I don't worry about that stuff. I trust my work. My teammates trust me. And I was telling Milla today, like, she felt like she was having a rough day. And I was like, how many times have I had a rough day? And you picked me up. So don't get down on yourself. I know my teammates have my back. My coaches have my back. And that's all that really matters. I don't have to prove anything to anybody but myself and my teammates.
You hear that, guys? You hear that? She doesn't need to prove herself to anyone other than herself and her teammates. So all those fans that she continues to let down, she doesn't owe you guys a damn thing.